Hello everyone, myself Sivend Kumar, Assistant Professor, IT Department, Technia Institute of Advanced Studies. Now I'm going to deliver a lecture on introduction of data structure. So what is data structure? Data structure is a way of collecting and organizing data in an effective way. In simple language, data structure are structures programmed to store data. So what various operations can be performed and it easily. Anything that can be stored data can be called as a data structure. There are two types of data structure. First is built-in data structure and another one is the defined data structure. First we define built-in data structure which covers integer, float, character and pointer. We can store numerical value is called integer. Integer means the number, that is the perfect number, just like the 10, 12, 13. We can store characters, values called char. Char means A, B, C, D, anything just like a letter is known as the character. Now we can also move on the another type of the data structure that is called the pointer. What is pointer? You know that. Pointer is a special type of variable which can store the value of the another variable. Pointer is the important part of the data structure. Without pointer, data structure is nothing. So now we discuss about the pointer. Again we say that where we store the values, not the values only, but the address of the variable is known as the pointer. We can discuss pointer in the next lecture, but we just introduce about your pointer. We can do the pointers with the adding, subtracting and a lots of the thing. But now we discussed about the user-defined data type. Their user-defined data type means the user can define the data structure. These data structures are array, tree, graph, linked list. So we can firstly define our data structure in the two types. First is the linear data structure. Second is the non-linear data structure. Linear data structure, we can specify that there is the many type of the linear data structure. We can say that, for the example, it is the array, it is the stack, it is the queue, it is the linked list. But when we discuss about the nonlinear data structure, the nonlinear data structure is the two type. We can say that the tree and the graph. Now we first introduce about the first type of the linear data structure, that is called the array. What is array? Now you define what is array. Array is the type of linear data structure which can store similar type of elements. Similar types of the elements means one type the element. When we specify the integer list means we can do the integer array. Integer array means we can specify the complete number on it. Just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the one type of the data we can specify there. Another type of the array we can use, that is the character array. Just you say that the name is the Technia. We can store it is T-E-C-N-I-A, Technia, means all the characters are the same values, same specified. When we specify the marking schema or the percentage, then we defined here the 10.5, 10.6, 10.7, 10.8, 10.9. What is this? This is the same type of the data which can specify in the array. This is the array. You goodly understand this type of the array? Yeah, we move on the next type of the data structure. We can ask here with you, we can discuss about the another type of the data structure. This is the another type of data structure, that is a stack. What is a stack? A stack is the type of linear data structure which works on the LIFO fashion. What is LIFO? LIFO means last in first out. All operation on a stack performed at one end, that is called top or top of the stack. Sometimes top of a stack is also known as the toss. Toss means TOS, top of a stack. There are the three mainly operations we can perform on the stack. First is known as the push operations. What is the meaning of the push operation? Push operations meaning we take a item from the users and insert into the stack. Insert into the stack is the push operations. Just like we can take Technia, which first letter is the T, we can insert in the stack, then it is known as your push operations. But stack is empty or non-empty? This is the very good questions. So then we specify that the stack is empty when its value is the -1. So what happened? We can do the insert operations. Firstly, we have to check our stack is the full or not full. So how can we specify that my stack is full or not full? This situation is called your overflow. So when your stack is the full and we can insert element into the stack, then the situation is the overflow. Overflow means my stack is the full. And if my stack is the full and we insert a new element on it, then it's become the overflow. So friends, when we want to push any element into the stack, then we first remembered about the condition of the overflow. If a stack is the full, then we never insert it. And if insert it, then we condition specify in our program, it is overflow. So guys, we can say that what is the push operations? Push operation means insert element into the stack with our conditions. Another operations is called the pop operations. Pop means delete element from the stack. If it is the stack, then what can we do that? This is the stack with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is this 5? 5, when 0 to 5, it have the 6 elements. Again specify 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It is 6 element. This 6 element is known as the max size of the stack. What is the max size? The capacity of a stack is known as the max size. In pop operations, we remember one condition that is known as the underflow. Then the question, what is the underflow? Underflow is the situation when a stack have no element. When we specify that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the place value and there is the no element, but a persons want to pop, then the situation is known as your underflow. So this type of the two operations we can perform on the stack. The third operation is display operation. What is the meaning of the display operations? Display operations means we can specify the what contents is available on the stack, but what the arrangement of this data will be displayed. We specified here that the way is the LIFO. LIFO means last out. When we specified here the DON, D-O-N. So what the situation is here? The D in the 0 position, O in the first, and last one is your N. When we display is, that is NOD node. So this the situation, and this type of the data structure specify the special arrangement. And this arrangement is covered by the stack. So this thing is known as the stack. And a stack is what? A stack is nothing but a stack play an important role in the memory specification of the computer. When we specify and work about the computer memory, here we specify the stack. We can use in the assembly language, you remember it? In assembly language, we can specify the stack. A stack defined it. What is the thing where the memory is implemented, and when memory is implemented, we can use the stack. Third is queue. What is queue? Queue is again a type of the data structure. Queue mentioned with a specified method, that is the FIFO fashion. We can say that queue is a type of linear data structure which works on the FIFO fashion. What is FIFO? FIFO means first in, first out. First in, first out means a person come first with serve first. So this thing is known as the queue. we can mention about the queue, there are mainly 2 points which is available in the queue. First is known as the front end, and second one is known as your rear end. What is the front end and what is the rear end? You can see in the stack there is one end that is known as the top, but in the different data structure that is known as the queue. Here we discussing about the 2 type of the end. So we can also distinguish between a stack and the queue. Yes, a stack have the one end, queue have the 2 end. A stack follows the LIFO fashion, queue follows the FIFO fashion. FIFO means first in, first out. We can say that we have the 2 end, that is the front end and the rear end. Front means we can delete element from the front end, but in the rear end we can insert element into the rear end. We can specify here. This thing is the similar to the stack, that is known as the max size. We can say you what is the max size? The capacity of the queue is known as the max size. Just like the capacity of the stack is known as max size, just here the capacity of the queue is known as the max size. We can just define here the max size is the 5, and what is the serials of your queue? That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we can also specify that this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 means total element is, that is the 5 element. So here we specify 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. And what happen when the queue is empty? Empty means no element is available in this queue. So this situation is distinguished by the programming, where we defined our 2 pointers. One is known as the front and another is known as rear. This front and rear when -1, then we can easily specify that our queue is empty. We can also specify that in this queue there are the 2 situations just like the stack, that is known as your underflow and overflow. What is the meaning of the underflow? This is when queue is empty, means no element is here. Then we can specify that no element is here and we want to delete the element, then the situation is known as the underflow. And what is the meaning of the overflow? This is our queue and the element is the full. We can say that is the max size is 5, means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and all element is available here. We can say that is Tecnia, Tecnia. Tecnia with 5 words, and 5 is the size of the limits is available here. This is the full. And again we want to insert Z, then the situation is known as your overflow. This overflow situation comes when our stack is the flow. So we can easily say that when we perform the operations on the queue, then in mind there is the 2 conditions. One underflow, another is overflow. So we can say that the insert operations from the rear end and the delete operations from the front end. So what the algorithms we can use in the queue? So we can use in the algorithm in the queue on the basis of the underflow and overflow. These details parts we will discuss in the next lectures, but here another operations which is the display operation, we can specify that. What is the display operations? Display operations means perform or show the all elements which are available in your queue in your display way. And what is this arrangement right now? That arrangement is your first in, first out. When we serve anything like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then the going point is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just like in the movie counter, which customer come first will serve first. So we can say that the practical approaches of the queue is available in the any type of movies, hall or ticket counters where the persons comes and serve first. So this is the practical approach of the queue. But when we discuss about what is the basis of the queue used in the memory locations or practical examples, we can say that yes, there is an approach where we use the queue in the practical approach of the data structure or the memory. We can say that an application that is known as the operating system. In operating system, a special type of the queue which is used in that way, that is known as the ready queue. Yeah, you remember that in the operating system and the process scheduling algorithm, we can use the queue. This queue is known as the ready queue. When the process, you remember about the process, what is the process? Process is the new and the ready, then comes executed. So this part of the ready, when it becomes the process ready, he is stay in the queue. So that we can say that this is the queue. Again, you can say that where we the queue again approaches in the practical examples. In practical example, you can say that the railway reservations. There is the different types of the tickets, that is the first AC, second AC, third AC, sleeper, 2S, and the general. A body who can book ticket the first, then serve the first. And the situation is the full up, that is the waiting. So what is this? This is the use of the queue. You can practically check these approaches. In lots of the another queue available here, we can simplify it here and tell you that they are again some special type of the queue that is known as the circular queue, DQ, and priority queue. What is this queues? This is known as the DQ, means that is known as the double-ended queue. Double-ended queue means in normal queue, we can specify that if there is the front, this is the front and this is the rear. We can insert the element, insert from this way and delete from this way. Again, what happened in the DQ? In DQ, we have the privileges to add and delete from both way. What is this means? This means in a specified here, this is your front and this is your rear both. And this is again your front and rear both. So how can we specify this type of the DQ? We can specify the DQ that with the left and right both 2 pointers. So this 2 pointers is specified by the ourself. We can define the pointer here to deal the DQ. You remember again type of the queue that is known as the circular queue. Why circular queue when queue is available? We know that the another approach comes when the sum demerits are available. So queue have the sum demerits. We can say that to you, what is the demerits on the queue? We can just specify the here, okay, this is your queue, this is your front end, this is your rear end. You can specify that if it is the rear end, what happened here? We can insert the element here. 1 element, 2 element, 3 element, 4 element, and the 5 element. But elements will be deleted from the one side and vacant here. Then this is specified in the queue. That is the overflow. One space is the vacant and queue say that it is the overflow. So this is the demerit which is overcome by the circular queue. The circular queue can utilize all the space available by the queue. In the queue approaches, we can say that another approach is your priority queue. So again, what is the meaning of the priority queue? We can specify here about the queue. We can represent our queue by the 2 way. First through array and second through the linked list. You know that about the linked list. Yeah, just I specified about the linked list in the next point, but here we specify the priority queue. In priority queue, we have defined a special type of the field that is known as the priority. So what we have in key 1 in the simple queue, we have the informations, but not the priority. What is the meaning of the priority? The priority is meaning just type of the preferences. We can prefer you. Suppose my brother is standing and I am asking for a glass of water and my father is asking for a glass of water. My brother serve glass of water to the parent father. This is the priority. So data is available, and the insertion and deletions both are available on the priority, because we know that some data is important, some data is very important, or some data is not important. So we can specify it here with its priority system. We can say that in the operating system also, there is the some process which is the immediately effect. Some process will be the priority, but not just like the immediate. And third process, chalne do. So means that is the student process. So we can say that when the process going on through the priority based, we can say that this thing is the priority. When the priority is needed, we can say that this is your priority queue. So another queues are also available, but one by one we can discuss here. So now we can discuss the another type of data structure. Another type of the data structure is the linked list. Linked list is the type of linear data structure which is collection of node. Each node have two parts. One is known as the info part, another is your address part. So node consists two type of parts. This address part is also known as the linked part. What is the meaning of the link? Link is the linking a node to the another node. We can specify here about the part of the linked list. But why we use the linked list? We use the linked list to overcome the demerits of the array. What is this type of the demerits of the array? Array is the static and your linked list is the dynamic. When we specify the array like int, int, your array name is the m and the range is the 5, then we specify the 6 positions, that is known as your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this 5 have the 6 position fixed, but we can use only one data. What about this 5 elements? This is the waste. So that's why we are using the linked list. Linked list is the dynamic. Dynamic means how much space you needed, you allocated that time. These allocations in the linked list provided by the allocations method. This allocations method is known as the malloc. Malloc is the functions of the C. Malloc, M-A-L-L-O-C. Malloc is nothing, but it is the memory allocations. We specified here about the data type. Data type is the integer. We specified the 2 byte. It is the character. We specified 1 byte. It is the float. It specified 4 byte. So when we are starting with the linked list, we first describe it through the structure. When we describe it through the structure, it have a size of the node that is maintained by the integer, float and character through the structures. Here we specify that the linked list have the two parts. One is the info and another is your address. But this info have the many parts. We can specify here, this is the info 1, info 2, info 3, info 4, info 5, ... But the address part is only one. In the practical example, we can ask you to maintain the 100 students database. You know the database? Database means where we store the information about the student. Suppose we have the 100 student, what can we do? We can firstly specify his field like your roll number, name, his age, this type of the field. What is this field relate to? If we specify the roll number, this becomes to the integer, because in roll number we can specify 12, 13, 14 is the whole number. So means this is the integer. Again we can say that its name belongs to the string, and we specify its age. This is again to the integer type. So we can say that there are the different types of the informations which can maintain in. But in array, we can specify that this can hold the similar type of the data. But when we maintaining the student database, we can say that this database is the different type, just like the integer and the float. We cannot maintain this type of the data in through array, but with the help of the linked list, it is possible to maintain this type of the data. So we can again specify that there are the three type of the linked list. First is known as the single linked list. Second one is known as the double linked list, and third one is known as your circular linked list. So first we describe about the single linked list. What is single linked list? Single linked list is the collection of node which have only two parts. One is your informations and another one is your address part. In informations part, we can specify any type of the data structure, but in the informations part, we can specify the another type of the data structure, but in address part, we can specify only one thing, that is known as the pointer. Pointer is the special type of data structure where we hold the address of the another variables, but here we can store the pointer to hold the address of its successor node in the single linked list. When we specify the single linked list, there is a special type of the node that is known as the start node. Start means which can specify the address of the first node. The address of the first node is available, the point is known as your start. In single linked list, we can also use a special type of notation that is known as the null. Null in the capital N-U-L-L, null. Null indicate the end of your linked list, means where your linked list is the terminated. In array, we can specify or hold the address of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can just maintain is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what in the single linked list? We can maintain a start, then 1, and 1 hold the address of the 2, 2 hold the address of the 3, 3 hold the address of the 4, and what about the last node? Last node is the terminated, that's why we can use here the null. So this is the specification about your single linked list. Another linked list we can discuss, that is known as the double linked list. Double linked list is the type of the linked list which is maintained by the node, but each node have the three parts. First is info part, just similar to your single linked list. Second is your link part, which is known as here to the next part and the previous part. Here we can specify here the two types of the pointer used in the double linked list. One is known as the previous, which can hold the address of the previous node, and one is known as the next or link, which can hold the address of the another node. We can specify here the double linked list perform about the double rotations. We can show that in single linked list we specify what? That is the start 1, 2, 3, 4 means one direction. And what is the meaning of the double linked list? This is the start, this node is connected with the this node is connected with the this, and this node is also connected with the this, means this is vice versa. Means we can say that this operations in performed in both the directional, we can say that it is following the bidirectional. That's why double linked list is the very useful to us. Then what is about your third type of the linked list? This third type of the linked list is your circular linked list. What is the special features about the circular linked list? We can say that the some type of operation is always be rotated. Just like we can say that the name of the month, name of the days. What is we can say that? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Again, Monday. So what is this? This thing is known as the circular. Everything which can data will be the circulated where we use the linked list. So what is the special things about the circular linked list? Circular linked list have the no terminations point. The last one is your terminations point where with the null. In circular linked list we can specify the address of the first node in its last. That's why it is known as your circular linked list. This is the complete overview of your linked list.